Until you find your way back home.
Hello guys, it's ViaRecon here, aka Yin, and today we have another Cossacks 3 video. Yep. Today we are going to be talking about the effective way of setting up your artillery in Cossacks 3 so that you can win. So basically, we are going to look at different methods of setting up your artillery so that you do not you can make it most effective, take out the most enemies, and overall just like that, okay? So you don't waste your shots, all that. So first off, we're going to look at this. This is the standard way of setting up. I mean, this is just, you just right click and that's what it does, okay? So this is what happens, all right? Let me just put it back to what it was right here. All right, so that's what happens if you just right click and do that. I only have these officers here so that these guys do not get captured right off the bat when these guys march in. So we're going to put them in a hold position, and then we're going to see what happens when you do that, okay? So we're going to take all these guys. We have 360 pikemen, 197 musketeer, okay? That's quite a bit of guys. Let's see what happens. So we're going to have them attack these guys, and we're going to see what happens, okay? We're just going to have these guys hold ground. And then we're going to see the number of casualties for these guys at the end of the day. Now, I could have just made it for pikemen, but normally you're not going to be fighting guys with just pikemen to battle. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, right off the bat, alright. As you can see, I didn't do any upgrades for the cannons, so the range is pretty low. But this is what's going to happen. And the officers are all dead. They got the cannons. It's now theirs. And that is how it ends. Alright, so we in total lost no musketeers, but that is quite a bit lost right there. Was it 360? So in the end we lost 217 pikemen. Okay. Now we got over here. Now this is a different way. As you can see up there, we just had the cannons all bunched up. But here what we're gonna do is we're going to have all these cannons spaced out so they don't fire all at once and just waste their shots. We're going to space them in between so they have different ranges. I mean, they have all the same ranges. So these guys are going to fire first, and then they're going to slowly fire one by one by one by one by one, and that way make their shots more effective. And also these guys are going to protect these guys from up here so that these guys don't get close enough. These are only 36 more, and to compensate for that, we gave these guys... Give me a second. We gave these guys 36 more also, okay? So we're going to see how that works. These guys are going to protect, and then I did read a bit on how artillery was used in the Middle Ages. So I read something about Napoleonic strategies and all that. Normally what you would have is have the artillery be aggressive together with the cavalry or something like that so that they can attack but have the cavalry defend them. But we're just going to prove a point basically that you want some troops, defend your cannons and have your cannons spaced apart so that they can be used more effectively. And also, not everything in real life unfortunately affects this game. So you do have to keep this in mind. This is mostly a video game, just trying to simulate what goes on. So we're just going to attack, and these guys are going to pull back here, but we're going to attack in a bit. We're going to hold back. Alright. We're just going to hold back and wait for the most effective timing to attack. Alright, now. These guys are holding them back the best they can. And as you can see, they're spaced apart, so they're not all firing at once. They're firing at one at a time. Most effective way possible. Alright, that's it. It's all captured, except for these. Let me send them in for the last time. Capture it. Thank you. Alright, now let's figure out what the casualties are. We got, in total, only 48 pikemen left. You have to remember, I gave 36 more pikemen to this group. And just put 36 more here. And just all that I did was space apart the cannons so that they don't fire all at once at one group of enemies. Because if they fire, they'll fire all at once. Just focus on one group. And if they focus on one group at once, all they're going to do is waste their shots on already dead people. But instead, if I space them apart, they're going to take their time. They're going to fire one at a time at certain groups of enemies, different groups of enemies, and it's only one shot that it takes to destroy infantry. So if you have them spaced apart, they're going to attack one by one and take them out more effectively. And therefore, they actually killed more than these guys, even though I gave them, the enemy team, the England, more pikemen, 36 more. All I did was put pikemen on this side too, on the red side, and I just had them defend, hold them off just for a short time. Did you see how quickly they just pushed in? But still, that was enough for the cannons to recalculate, take out more groups, and that way be more effective. Now I'll be back with my last point now. Alright guys, lastly, we are going to show you the most effective way of using your artillery, cannons, whatever. Keep in mind, by the way, I forgot to say this, but we are using the worst artillery there is, just the normal cannons. These are the cheapest. I'm not sure about the damage they do, but definitely, yeah, actually the damage is pretty bad. They don't have much of a spread, and also their range is pretty bad. Also, no upgrades and all that. But anyway, same thing we did down below. We gave 36 more here and put a platoon here. We're doing everything I have mentioned till now, like here, up here. But the only difference is that we're using the high ground.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! You underestimate my power! Don't try it!
Alright, so basically we're going to have a bunch of cannons up here. They're spaced apart. We have a platoon covering here. And then we're going to have these guys try to push up. Alright, so basically that's how it's going to go. So these guys just have to defend from the uphill advantage. So basically we're trying to come up with the most effective way. And basically just combine everything I've said till now. And then just add the high ground. And we're going to see what happens. Let's do it. Alright, here they come. Gonna switch over. Oh yeah, these guys keep going this way. They did that earlier, so I'm trying to fix that. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna attack now. As you can see, I couldn't space them apart so much because they're on the high ground, but definitely they're able to hold it much better than before. Alright. As you can see, the artillery is still going. And the musketeers are having to come in so much closer to attack properly. The musketeers are having to come in all this way to finally be able to take out the officers. When before, all they had to do was get like really not so close, and the musketeers didn't take any damage. Now let's see what damage they took. Alright, musketeers, they lost 8, I believe. I don't know, one sec. How many musketeers did I send in? 97, so never mind. That is a total of 28. No? 20. Give me a second. Yeah, 28. 28 loss on the musketeers. And only 28 pikemen. That's a lot less than before. And the main thing is that they lost a bunch of musketeers. So the most effective way is to have an uphill advantage. Have a platoon protecting the cannons. And you gotta remember that I only had 36 pikemen defending. Normally you'd have cavalry or stuff like that defending also. And also, I also added on the enemy team 36 more to compensate for it. So I didn't just put 36 more for the cannons, I put 36 more on each side, so it leveled it out. So as you can see, the buffer acts a lot. The fact that you have them spaced apart acts really well. It makes it more effective. And also, the effects of having them uphill really does enhance their effectability. So anyway guys, that is about it for the most effective way to use artillery. If there's more guides you would like me to make of, just comment them down below. It's a lot of fun for me to research, to test out, and then to make videos of. So I really like them. I'm just looking for more stuff. So anyway guys, until next time, keep a lookout.